What's up, everybody? This is Dominic here back with another video. I actually thought I was recording a video on my other channel. I actually got to record a video on my other channel, but haven't got to that yet. But anyway, this is Dominic here back with another long-awaited GH video. I haven't done a GH video in a long time, and it's a number of reasons for that. Some I'm not gonna get into, but if you see this shirt, it says "Into the Woods." If you can see, it's sort of backwards. It says "Into the Woods," and that's a play I'm actually currently doing, and I've been doing for like last couple of months, really the last 2 months. I started off as an understudy in that, and I've actually gotten up to a principal role. I understudied the role of Cinderella's prince, but I actually just recently, within the last 4 weeks, I've been playing the role of the baker. If you guys know what Into the Woods is, I currently now play the character of the baker, but I originally started as the understudy for Cinderella's prince. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last couple of months. The last month or so, really doing Into the Woods. So that's why I haven't been really more so doing many videos. But since we're about to get ready to wrap that up, because I think our last show was like, I want to say, according to my director, I think my last show was like in 2 weeks. So I should have a little free time on my hands, so I could do more videos. But anyway, I had some time off today, so excuse me. I decided to do a General Hospital video. Now let me talk about this. Today's episode of General Hospital was actually kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of sad and kind of depressing, but also kind of, in a small way, a little laughable. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about this whole race stuff at the end of this video, because I got a lot to say about that. That was really the gist of most of today's episode. I want to talk about Spencer and Jocelyn and Britt Nicholas and all that. Those things had me on the floor. Spencer for this past couple of weeks, Spencer's been basically trying to get Britt back in his father's good graces, and he's been trying to get Nicholas and Britt back together, and he's doing a pretty he's doing a pretty decent job at it. But when he basically pulled Jocelyn on the side and basically had her throw a water balloon at Britt, either a water balloon or a bucket of water. I think it was a water balloon. Throw a water balloon at Britt. That was hilarious. He basically paid her off in chocolate to I think it was a little Hershey product placement in there. He basically had her throw a water balloon at not Tracy. Had her throw a water balloon at Britt, and that was hilarious. I mean, that was kind of funny, and it was basically to get Britt to basically take her shirt off and basically get Nicholas to offer Britt his shirt, his camp counselor shirt, because apparently we all know Alice is in the hospital, and I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Alice is in the hospital, and she was over like the whole Lila's kids thing, and she was the camp counselor, and now she's in the hospital. I think Britt's taking over. Britt and Nicholas and all of them are taking over. And anyway, but that was some little fun scenes. That was a little fun scenes. I like that little actor that got playing Spencer, even though in real life, if Spencer was my child, he probably would have got an ass whooping. I'm gonna say he probably would have got an ass whooping if he was my child. Some of the stuff he's done if he was my child. But you can't do that on TV. But anyway, but yeah, so I like that little actor that got playing Spencer. But anyway, moving right along. But like that was some little scenes. It basically had Elizabeth and Felix come in at the very end. And which tomorrow's episode we're gonna have basically. They're gonna have like a little dodgeball tournament, and Elizabeth's gonna throw a dodgeball. That's gonna be pretty funny. But anyway, moving right along from that, let me talk about Morgan and Kiki. You can basically kind of tell they're probably gonna get ready to pair Morgan and Kiki back together. And I'm gonna say this: I like Morgan and Kiki a whole lot more than I like Michael and Kiki. So now I think it's time for them to move them. I mean. Yeah, there's a lot of couples on this show that have been together for a while, but I actually pretty much liked Morgan and Kiki more than I liked Michael and Kiki, and they basically had Morgan and Kiki and you could tell how they were dressed and how they were basically dressed in that at the brownstone. But they've been working on the brownstone. How they basically were dressed, you can tell basically Morgan with no shirt on and Kiki basically in her night clothes. She basically got these short ass shorts. Now I'm gonna say, Kristen also was looking good as hell in those shorts. I mean, she was looking. I mean, she was looking pretty. She was looking pretty hot and then in those night clothes and that shirt and that like tank top shirt and those short shorts. She was looking kind of good in that. But anyway, but yeah, you can kind of tell they're sort of hinting at the fact that they may or may not. They could just be teasing. They may be pairing Kiki and Morgan back together, and I'd be okay with that. I'm not really all for bringing new characters onto this show, but I do think they do need some younger characters, and I'm not talking about kids like Spencer, Emma, and Jocelyn and Cam and all. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about like actually more like 20 somethings in this show, in that show. I would say teens, but I'll talk about teen characters at the end of this video. But yeah, I do think they do need more 20. There's rumors that there are more 20 somethings coming on to just cut canvas, but like I said, I'd be interested in seeing more 20 somethings, people around that age, around Morgan and Kiki and Michael's age. I'd like to see more of them coming onto the show. I mean, not right now, but eventually. But anyway, but yeah, I like Morgan and Kiki's little scene together. They're basically talking about Alice and Alice and Rafe and all that. And they basically was smashing stuff. Cause Morgan basically says it helps to throw things and smash things when you get mad. And honestly, I kind of find that actually does kind of help me to throw something and just hit something if you just get mad, but take your frustrations out on an object other than out on a person. But anyway, moving along from that, Michael and Tracy scenes today. Michael basically wanting to know what, because before Alice had a heart attack, started having her heart problems. She called Michael. We all know she called Michael and was trying to tell Michael that what Tracy was doing, what Tracy was trying to do to with EOQ and whatnot, and how why she actually really is back at EOQ. But anyway, but we all know she had the whole heart attack or whatever, and Michael was basically trying to get Tracy to tell her, and then we also know Alice was while Alice was in the hospital, she was basically trying to tell Michael what was going on and all that, but she didn't get a chance to. But Michael basically was trying to tell Alice what Michael was trying to ask Tracy what was Alice trying. I'm trying to get my words right. What was she trying to tell? What was Alice trying to tell him? And we all know Tracy wasn't gonna tell him, but Tracy wasn't gonna tell him. But anyway, but I actually I'm sort of intrigued by this storyline in a way. I like the whole business EOQ storylines. I'm not really 100% okay with Michael fully being CEO. I've never really been okay with him being CEO because that's, and I hate to say, in my opinion, that's kind of laughable in a way. Even though it is his birthright, I actually kind of say it's kind of in a way laughable. Michael being CEO of EOQ is kind of laughable to me. But anyway, but yeah, but anyway, they get called. Well, Michael gets called. Well, winds up going back home, and Michael and Tracy also talking about how Alice is not going to be able to get Rafe's heart, and how they're going to have to try to find her another heart. And she's not going to be able to get Rafe's heart. We all thought that since Rafe was brain dead, and since he was basically brain dead, Alice was going to get his heart. And Dr. Obrey said in a previous episode that Rafe was using heroin, so that ruined that idea. But anyway, moving on, let me talk about this whole Rafe stuff. I wasn't never really a fan of the character Rafe. I'm gonna say it. Though I will say this, he had a lot of potential when they brought him off the show, because we all know they basically took the he was on life support. He was basically brain dead because of the accident and all that. They basically took the character Silas and all of them. They basically took him off. Silas basically took him off life support today, and like I said, I'm gonna say this: when they brought Rafe onto the show, that he had a lot of potential. He had a lot of potential on the show. I mean, I was, like I said, toward how they were writing the character, I really blame the writing for me not liking Rafe, because there was nothing necessarily really wrong with the actor. There's never nothing wrong with the actor. I mean, he was a pretty good actor. I think his name was Jimmy Deshler or something like that. He's really not he wasn't that bad of an actor. He was a pretty good actor, but I blame the writing for Rafe. They basically had because they bought him onto the show as basically Allison Barrington's son from y'all know from Port Charles. Allison Barrington's and Caleb Morley, Stephen Clay's son. Caleb Morley / Stephen Clay's son. And like I said, I didn't watch Port Charles. I wasn't even really watching. I don't think I was even watching any daytime soap opera. I may have been like glancing at the Young and the Restless, and I may have started peeping at GH at the time, but when Port Charles was like big. But I wasn't really fully into watching much soap opera because around that time I was like, I think Port Charles ended like in 2003, and around that time I might have been 11, 12 years old around that time. I know I was probably in like the 3rd or 4th grade when all that happened. But anyway, I'm moving right along. But yeah, Rafe had a lot of potential when he came onto the show, and I actually like that they had everybody getting to say their goodbye. Everybody that was in Rafe's life, like, even though I will say this, they really never. I don't know why Kiki was really all. I know that was her cousin and everything, but I don't know why Kiki was all emotional and all that, because Kiki didn't even know Rafe. Well, she didn't even know him. I mean, seriously, Kiki never even knew Rafe. I mean, she really is just now getting to know her father. I mean, she didn't even know Rafe. I mean, so I really didn't buy why she was all so. I guess she was emotional because she never got to know the character, never got to. Like I said, she never really had many brothers or sisters or cousins when she was growing up. Really, it was mostly just her and Ava when she was growing up. But I guess that was like her. I really say I guess that was like her motivation for being like so hurt and tore up. And I would tell you, I may have had my feelings about the whole Rafe, Molly, and TJ storyline, but I do like the fact that they had Molly there when she was, and they actually found Alexis and TJ both told Molly today that Rafe was gone, and he was brain dead. And we all know when you're brain dead, your brain basically controls most of your body. I mean, controls your function of your body. So, and he had no brain function left. So, yeah, his other organs, like his heart and all that, may have been beaten, and even though they couldn't use his heart for Alice because they said he was on heroin. So apparently there's heroin in Port Charles too. I hear they're going to explore that a little bit more later on this week. They're going to explore the fact that it's heroin in Port Charles. We thought it was just cocaine, but there's also heroin in Port Charles. And they're going to have like, I think they're going to have like Julian and Jordan and all them trying to figure out who bought, because neither one of them knew anything about heroin being in Port Charles. They're going to try to have them figure out who bought heroin in the Port Charles. Anyway, but yeah, the scenes, like I said, the scenes between when they were taking Rafe off of the life support, that was some pretty well put together scenes. Like I said, even though some of the, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna talk about actors or anything. I'm not gonna bash. That's not who I am. Cause I know how hard, as an aspiring actor, as an actor myself, I know how hard acting can be in a way, and how hard it can be like to cry on cue. But so I'm not even gonna talk about any of that. But anyway, but yeah. I'm also a little disappointed. Why didn't they have Lucy Coe there? Why didn't Lucy Coe have anything to say about Rafe? Why didn't they touch on any of that? I mean, I would have rather Lucy Coe been there. I'm gonna say I would have rather Lucy Coe been there than TJ. I mean, TJ didn't even like Rafe. I mean, why was he? I guess he was there to support Motley and all that, but he didn't even like Rafe. I mean, he never even liked the guy. So why was he there? But anyway, I guess to support Molly and all that. But anyway, moving on. Let me touch on Nina right quick. I like the character of Nina Clay. Y'all know I love Michelle Stafford. I think she's one of the best actors that ever work in daytime, in my opinion. I like the fact that they actually have Nina all. They have her all feeling, basically showing her having a conscience. They basically have Nina basically feeling guilty because she's kind of the reason why Rafe was out on the road that night. Was actually out on the road, and why the crash started. Well, she's not the reason why. Her telling Rafe to leave town is the reason why the crash started. Why the crash orchestrated the crash and all that. But I will say this: I am liking the whole crazy Nina and all that. I am liking crazy Nina. That's something I'm actually liking on this show. Nina Clay being all crazy and all that, and psycho and all that. But anyway, that's really all that happened on today's episode. If I'm left out anything, let me know. Leave me a comment below. But anyway, and I'm gonna leave this video with this. The actor that plays Rafe, Jimmy Deshler. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he has a great career ahead of him. And like I said, I hope he has a great career ahead of him. And that's really all I got to say. Excuse me for zooming in. I'm playing. I got this new computer on which I'm recording on, so I'm testing things out. So that little zoom in at the end was me basically playing. Anyway, though, I wish Jimmy Dash nothing but the best in his career. Anyway, that's really all I got to say about today's episode. Leave me a comment below, and I'll try to get back at you guys. Peace, God bless, and I'm out.